Once you know how many treatment rooms you need, the next decision is a design philosophy question. Office-centric or room-centric? Watch this video on that subject, but the difference comes down to one thing: side cabinets. A streamlined room without bulky side cabinets costs less per room and reduces your overall square footage needs. That means lower construction costs and higher efficiency. We're going to assume you agree with us and plan to follow an office-centric design philosophy, but check out the video. Okay, now that we know how many ops we need, based on our anticipated provider count, and our room design philosophy, office-centric, now we can determine our square footage. To do so, we take the number of treatment rooms, and we multiply by a room yield multiplier. This number has been distilled over decades of practice and thousands of designs. For reference, a traditional room-centric office design, aka one that uses side cabinets, runs between 400 and 500 square feet per room. So a 10-op practice would run between 4,000 and 5,000 square feet. While our streamlined office-centric approach typically comes in around 330 to 350 square feet per operatory, so that same 10-op office would only require 3,300 to 3,500 square feet. Why the difference? Because everything is within arm's reach of the doctor, the assistant, and the point of use the patient's mouth. Every dollar you'll ever make in your practice happens within this optimized treatment zone. The more efficiently you organize this space, the less overall square footage you need, and the lower your construction costs. Let me just say that again, because it bears repeating. The more efficiently you organize this space, the less overall square footage you need, and therefore, the less your construction costs will be. Okay, now that we have our size, let's talk about the second major factor. What type of construction project are you undertaking? There are three main options: ground-up new construction, which usually includes a land purchase; leasehold, tenant improvements, aka leasing, renting, or purchasing a condo and having an existing shell; and buying and renovating an existing practice. Here's what we see on average across North America. For ground-up new construction, $350 per square foot plus land cost is about average. For a leasehold improvement, $250 per square foot is about average. And to buy and renovate a practice, you're typically looking at about $300 per square foot plus the purchase. This includes $250 per square foot for the improvements, plus an additional $50 per square foot for demolition of any areas that need it. This is one reason why renovation is rarely cheaper than building new. You're paying twice, once to tear it down and again to build it back up. And if the practice is operational, introducing downtime often makes it more cost-effective to just continue operating while building an entirely new structure elsewhere. This is also the time to mention that construction costs are at historic highs. The New Construction Healthcare Index shown below, we're at the most expensive time to build a dental office in history. If you're using cost estimates from dental school or even 5 years ago, add roughly 40% to account for current market conditions. But even still, when total costs represent 5 to 10% of your projected revenue, it's almost always still worth it. Beyond the building structure, you need to budget for equipment. While not the focus of this video, these are the major factors in determining the cost. First, per operatory, plan for roughly $20,000 to $40,000 depending on your selections. Patient chair, head wall, delivery unit, lighting, cabinetry. The difference between a used chair and a premium new one can easily swing this number by $5,000 per room or more. Second, mechanical equipment. That's your compressor and vacuum. A good rule of thumb is to budget about $1,500 per operatory for both. So a 10-op office will need approximately $15,000 in mechanical equipment. Next, we have lab equipment. This varies wildly between practice models. A basic setup is less expensive than a high-end CAD/CAM system, but anywhere between $10,000 and $50,000 is a reasonable budget. Then we have our sterilization. The sterilization typically costs about the same as a treatment room, So if a treatment room costs $30,000, then just add one for the sterilization costs. This includes the cabinets, the autoclaves, the storage inventory, and then last but not least, we have the IT hardware and miscellaneous items to round out the total. This would be computers, phones, software, and other items that we'll need to run our business day to day. Stay tuned for part 3. We'll put this all together to show you the complete budget picture.